It is being reported that the Chicago Bulls are trying to trade up for UConn champion Donovan Clingan. I don't really know too much about that. And then we got some voicemails we got to jump into. We're going to talk about it and break it down. But you got to hear the music first. Cognac. Gang. Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and today I am with my dog, CDubb. What up?
What up, dog? What's the word?
Not a thing. But CDubb, it is being reported that the Chicago Bulls have some interest in a young, talented big out of the University of Connecticut, Donovan Clingan. Now, it's something that's, so definitely a topic that you got to get into. But do you think that the Chicago Bulls should be trying to make this trade?
Yes. This is a two-time national champion for the UConn Huskies. 7'2", 282 pounds. He's going to be 10 times better defender than Nick Vucci is right now. And he's never stepped a foot on a professional court yet against professional players. And I'm proud and I'm positive that I can make that statement and not feel any angst in it. He got a perimeter game he got to work on. He got a back to the basket game that's pretty effective. He's 7'2", so he's going to be a great lob threat. I'm just thinking it's time to change the template on our center position, which we had for the last 3.5, 4 years. And this is the chance to do it. If you guys feel like this draft is the draft to do it, and if you feel like this is the guy, I'm not mad as long as you bargain with the correct pieces from this team, because there are some pieces that's not to be touched on this team. So I'm with it. I ain't mad.
For sure. And I'm not saying Clingan is a bad player. I think he's a good player. I think he's really good player. But right now, I think the Chicago Bulls need to stop trading their assets. You need to be trying to gain additional assets. Why? Because all these draft picks, they don't typically pan out. The Bulls have placed themselves in a tough position and have been in that tough position for the last few years, which constantly sending out draft picks out to teams like the Orlando Magic. And right now, I can tell you the way that this team is constructed, we could have used some of those additional picks because you got to find you some players. And right now, it ain't working. So if I'm the Chicago Bulls, I'm staying pat. The only way I'm trading up is if I know if the guy is a for sure thing. Right now, I don't know if he's a for sure thing. And I still think at 11, you can still get some solid bigs with similar production that we've already went over. You got Khalil Ware. We looked at him. I believe defensively, he's on par with Clingan. Offensively, he might be a little bit behind. But I think the ceiling is high for him if you can work on a few things. So he's an option. I'm not saying Cal Filipowski is better, but it is an intriguing type of thing. And I seen Eve Missy. I don't know what he gonna be, but that was intriguing as well. It's not really too many for sure things. And I don't want to give up any more capital. I want to gain more capital. So I'm staying pat, bro.
Okay. Now, I'm not just saying like we got to be narrow-minded and just go after Donovan Clingan. I'm saying that we need to change the template with a lot of people say this is a mid draft, or a lot of people say it's not that good as recent years, but I do think it is some bigs out there with some potential. So I said through this draft, we should be able to change the template of the center position for the Chicago Bulls, because there are a lot of athletic bigs in this draft. But I'm not mad at Donovan Clingan either, because you can tell. And let me say this before I say this. Accolades from college is just to get you into the NBA. It means nothing when you step on the floor. But getting him into the NBA, the reason you want to get him, he's a two-time champion. He went to battle with some of the best centers in the college basketball last year, held his own, and I think he has great potential uh, coming into the NBA. Means he can get increasingly better. Who knows what he can be when he come in this league? But when he first step on this court, he's going to be better defensively than Nick Vooch.
I understand that to a degree. I understand that. It's just that me, I don't want to give up additional assets. I'm a guy right now. I'm not saying you have to go crazy with it like a Sam Presti and OKC and get 21 draft picks. No. But I think we need a few more bites at the apple. I'm not, and he could very well come in if they do decide to trade up for him. He could very well come in and be the next star big in the league. He very well can be. It's just that if you do that, you better be certain. And so far, I don't trust the Bulls drafting right now. Mm-hmm. That's just me. I don't trust them drafted. So I rather them have multiple bites at the apple and hope somebody pans out with the development and their efforts and talents and that's going in, than to just put it all on one player.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But I guess I got one problem. I'm agree with you, nephew, about trying to keep assets, but I don't believe that's the direction the Chicago Bulls are going. They are in win now mode. Means least young players and more players that's more established in the league. So that's all I want to tell you on that.
That's fair. I just think that's how the hell. My question to everybody: how the hell are the Bulls going to be in win now mode and you ain't won nothing? You ain't won nothing but one playoff game. One. So that's just the general question I got to throw back at everybody. How the hell, and specifically and directly towards the Bulls front office, how the hell are you in win now mode and you ain't won nothing?
No, bro. No, bro.
The teams that should be in win now mode is a Minnesota Timberwolves. Do what you can to get back and exceed. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Your Joel Embiid's because he's breaking down. The 76ers, Joel Embiid is breaking down. Those are the teams examples of teams that should be in win now, not the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, I agree with you, but you know your team, bro. You know your team. You've been following them.
That's why I don't trust them right now. So if they do it, I just hope it pans out to help this team. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what I really hope because we tired of watching baloney.
This spam. This ain't baloney. This spam.
Oh, bro, crack the can, put the spam in the fry. For real. But hey, it's time to get into these mailbags, these voicemails. CDubb, the first one up is my guy RDubb.
Yo, family. RDubb calling y'all fresh in the morning, breath stinking and all. They ain't even touched the toothbrush yet. With a thought on my mind that I had to get out about the Bulls. How would y'all feel about a 3-team trade with us, Denver, and somebody else, but in that 3-team trade, we move around Zach and we get Michael Porter Jr.? Y'all think that we could pull something off like that, and would y'all like something like that? Now, we being honest, they both could score, but they both don't got no defense. Let me know what y'all think about that, though. Am I tripping? Just tell me to go back to sleep with this if I'm tripping. All right.
All right, my guy RDubb. I ain't gonna tell you go back to sleep, but I'm gonna say go brush your teeth, my guy. Your head in this bit sounded like Morgan Freeman, not me. But if we talking about the trade specifically, man, the trade, I think that if whatever the Bulls do, if they want to get Michael Porter Jr. back, I think that'll be a solid move for him. Me personally, I think that'll be a solid player to get back. And you know what I'm saying? Zach wants to leave. So if you are able to come back and get a Michael Porter Jr., you will be in a good spot. I think he a solid player. I believe he's going to be a hell of a 3-point shooter for the Bulls. And he's a solid player. He's kind of taking care of his health. So that's not really much of a concern anymore. So I would say if you want to move Zach in some type of trade and you are able to get Michael Porter Jr. back, that's a win for the Bulls.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I like Michael Porter Jr. as a complementary piece to your team. He's a great shooter, championship pedigree and everything. And if you absolutely have to get rid of Zach LaVine, I'm not mad with that outcome. If you gaining a young player like that, which I believe is actually better than your than just being a shooter out there on the court. I don't think
Yeah,
he just a
of course.
Cal Korver. He got way more skills than that. This is a guy that was projected to be the #1 pick a couple years ago. So I know he got more than just
I got a question.
Yeah.
So with you saying that Michael Porter Jr. potentially has more, and CDubb, comment on this question as well. Do you think if this is hyperbole, don't lose your panties, ladies and gentlemen. Relax. It's just conversation. CDubb, but this is the question for real. Do you think Michael Porter Jr., if he comes to the Bulls, can be per se a Mikal Bridges? You'd be like, damn, Mikal Bridges played behind Chris Paul and Devin Booker in a limited role. When he was able to go to Brooklyn in the expanded role, you seen everything that he had in his bag. Now he's a high volume scorer plus the defense. We're not saying Michael Porter Jr. is going to add that defense, but do you think if his role is expanded, he can be like a Mikal Bridges type? Not the same play, but have the same type of, jump in numbers.
Absolutely. I understand what you're trying to get at right there. With Mikal Bridges, he was playing behind some very great and legendary scorers, so he didn't have chance to bloom. So if you bring out Michael Carter Williams, you bring him to the Bulls, you expect him to bloom and show what I say.
My boy said Michael Carter. Michael
Porter Jr. I just did a fucking short on Michael Carter Williams. Michael Porter Williams. He can definitely bloom. I'm with you on that one. He can definitely bloom and show his whole game, because I'm in the belief that which is great for him. He's like adjusting this game to fit in with a championship competing team in the Denver Nuggets. That ain't his entire game. So if he come to the Bulls, maybe we see more of it. I don't think he can bring out his entire game, because we got more established with this team players like a Kobe White and a Ayo Dosunmu. Maybe he still could bring his whole bag. But yes, he definitely can bloom if he go to another team besides adjusting his game playing with the Denver Nuggets. Absolutely.
On me. Let me know what you think. CDubb, I think that was a great answer by CDubb, and I think it's a solid question. I don't know. Y'all let me know. But CDubb, we got one more voicemail. This is from my guy. Corn.
Big Corn.
Here it is.
What's going on, man? Cognac Kings, man. Bobby, CDubb, Steve-O, Big Kev. It's your boy Corn, man. It's been a while, right? So let's get right into it. I want to talk about this upcoming draft. All right. It's important, this coming draft. I've been hearing about we trading up for Clingan. No. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of trading up for anybody. Everybody know I want Zach Edey. That's who I want to draft, but we better not move up to get Zach Edey. If anything, this is the draft to move back and get additional picks. I know this ain't the NFL, but do something in similarity of that. This is the draft to do that. But on the foundation pieces to get ready for 2025. But who I would draft at number 11, there's two players. All right. Number one, the center out of Duke, Filipowski. I like him. He is the modern day big. It's funny. Everybody say Tess Wesley and all that and everything. He kind of remind me of Lauren. He kind of remind me of Lauren Marketing again, man. And that's just us being real. Hey, man, we fucked up on that. Regardless of what it is, we fucked up on that. He's a very good player in Utah, and it is what it is. Jim Boylan did what Jim Boylan did to the kids. Shame on him. So the next one, everybody already knows. It's Zach fucking Edey. If Zach Edey is available at number 11, I am pulling the fucking trigger. The combine numbers prove what everybody kind of has been afraid of. He's faster. I get it that he's running a straight line. Well, I'm sorry, this is the NBA. I think they run straight lines pretty much. most of the time. I get it. This ain't the NFL. You know, let me just say that he is going to be something special, man. He is not going to be a superstar. He's not going to be a Boban, but he will be a beautiful foundation piece to have. He will be that big man, that Rudy Gobert type. And that's what I see him becoming, a better version, a more offensive version of Rudy Gobert. And if that's what Zach Edey becomes, go get that player. Hey, man, appreciate you, Kings, man. Love y'all. Man, I know it's been a while, but you already know, man. C-Red, always blessing, Kings.
Shout out to Corn. Very well thought out take. I appreciate the take for sure. CDubb, what you got to say?
Shout out to my man Corn. Like I say, that's one of my favorite human beings out here. Is my man Corn. I did look into Zach Edey after you told me about him, and I came in with a video right after and said, I'm not mad at Zach Edey. Why would I be mad at Zach Edey? Zach Edey, he dominated college football, college basketball. Make sure y'all get NCAA 25. I'll bust y'all ass. Send me y'all profiles in the comments. Zach Edey is going to be a player in the NBA. I don't know why people keep hating on this dude. Like, he just going to be trash in the NBA. But with all the due diligence I've been doing ever since, that was like one of the first players I looked at, because I'll tell you the truth, I didn't watch much college basketball. There are a lot of good centers in his, I ain't say great. There's a lot of good centers. You got Messi, you got the kid in Indiana, you got a lot of Filipowski. But I would not be mad at Zach Edey at 11, but I would not be mad at other big man as well. So I'm with you, Corn. I wouldn't be mad at 11 with Zach Edey, bro.
I think it'd be an interesting thing if the Bulls selected Zach Edey. I know my man's Hayes and Steve-O won't like it because they believe he's slow as hell. Cool, they got their opinions. I think Zach Edey has a place in this NBA. Now, if you telling me that now if you telling me that he's gonna come out and be a better version of Rudy Gobert, I'll take that. I ain't gonna lie. The Rudy Gobert, I know it's a bad person to bring up right now.
Please no.
I know it's a bad thing to bring a bad player to bring up right now.
No.
But you mean to tell me that the Bulls selected a guy that has the potential to be in a defensive player of the year, and he can give you more offensively than a Rudy Gobert?
Oh,
that's
yes.
a dub. That's a win. And CDubb, I got another question for y'all. Know I gotta come with the questions when they hit the dome. Now, you the GM, you got an option. Trade up for Clingan, stay at 11 for Edey. Who do you got and why?
Oh, I'm going to stay at 11 for Clingan. Stay at 11 for Edey. I don't want to lose any more assets if I can get the same type of bang for my buck without losing assets. I will have to stay with 11 with Edey if he's going to fall to you. But first, you would have to make that decision of trading up first. That's got to happen first before you stay at 11. But you'll have to. That's a hard decision. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's hard. But I would stay at 11 with Edey. I will stay at 11 with Edey.
Yeah. If it came down to that, I will stay at 11 as well, because I don't think their games are that much different.
It ain't.
In my opinion, I don't think their games are that much different. Zach Edey played at Purdue, and he played some big time games as well. So
the big guy from UConn, he can shoot threes a little bit, just a little bit.
He just started working on that. He started working on that. He didn't take threes the previous year, but this past season he took some. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. The games are pretty similar, but hey.
Same pant size. They both 7 foot 11.
Big as hell.
You know what I'm saying? They both giants. So yeah, I'm with you, nephew.
Facts. So hey, y'all let us know down below. CDubb, you got anything else?
Yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all get it tuned. We almost at 6K. I think we 200 away, man. Y'all help us get that way. Make sure you like, comment, and share. Share. to your people.
For real. Share this with everybody you know. That's a Bulls fan. Want to talk about this off-season content? We keeping it coming for sure. So on your way out, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you want to be a part of an episode like this, our voicemail line is 773-242-9219 and set the center of your screen. You can't miss it. But y'all already know. We're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Cognac. Gang.